Hey guys, John here with Power Clean Pro Services, and this customer contacted me to clean their roof. Now, the roof isn't too big, and it's actually not even too bad. I did this house years and years ago. I think this is maybe one of my first clients, or I don't remember, like one of, I'll look it up and I'll put it in the video here, but it's one of my first clients, and I really appreciate them for giving me a call back. It's one of the reasons why they called me back is because I use Jobbers marketing, which allows me to email my customers and just kind of remind them that I exist, remind them that, hey, you need to take a look at your property and make sure you have your roof cleaned. And yeah, I can send out those email reminders years and years and years later. And this was a job where they called me back based off of that. Now, they called me based on their roof, and I took care of their siding. Again, I think it was like 3-4 years ago. I'll put it up again. But looking at their siding now, I know last time I took care of all of this. If you can see, that's all nasty and grody again. Then if you look at the siding over here, it's a little bit grody. Yeah, so they talked to me only about the roof, but I think I'm gonna go through and just take care of them for pretty much everything else. This house hasn't been soft washed in quite some time, and they're an older couple on fixed income, and I just want to make sure that they're taken care of, and I really appreciate them for calling me back. I think I also remember doing this concrete years ago, and this moss, it grows back pretty fast. But we're also going to take care of this shed as well. This shed has this garage or shed has a ton of moss on it, and we're going to get rid of all that moss as well. I heard a quote years ago that said, do 10% more than you're asked. And I really like this quote because it really aligned with who I am. I don't like to do just what I'm asked to do. I like to go a little bit above and beyond. And I think that builds a better relationship with the customers. They remember you. They think about you when it comes time to actually get the service done, or to hire or to. So if you're in the contractor space or kind of in any space and you're taking care of people, make sure you do 10% more than what you're asked. Just a good rule of thumb. So I'm starting off first by rinsing some of this big stuff off. And don't worry, I'm going to take care of their deck there. That's kind of one of the things I really want to focus on taking care of for them. So I'm just getting all this big stuff off. Low pressure, 150 PSI. With this AR pump, very low pressure, so just high water flow. I think it's like 10 gallons a minute. Okay, so I've got the gutters flushed. I've got the big debris out of the crevices here. Now it's time for me to apply the soft wash solution. I'm going to use about 3-4% on this, somewhere in there, and a really light soap because it's not too steep. Kind of let that work its way down. Nice and even. Okay. Give it a good coat. Just really coat this thing. That moss should start changing color here shortly. I'm not putting a heavy chemical on there, just nice and light, because the moss isn't too bad. The back isn't too bad. All right, so the roof has been treated, and you can see all the moss is starting to turn white there, and that's exactly what I want to see. I'm gonna hit it a little bit more down here just to make sure it's treated well. That moss is absorbing the sodium hypochlorite, and it's dying at the root there, so I don't have to get under it and scrape it and dig up granules, because that's the big thing with this. When you get under this shingle and you're scraping at it with brooms and brushes, you're removing granules as well. So soft washing is the best method for the longevity of your roof, because you're not having to do any of that. Okay, so now I'm going to be purging this SH out of the line before I move on to the other part, but I'm going to kind of make good use of it here. I'm going to do some parts of the house. I want to treat the front of the house here just real quick. Okay. I'm going to treat this side of the house. And it just needs a quick little treatment. Not too crazy, because it's not too bad. But like that window sill there is pretty bad. Or that window, yeah, that window there is pretty bad. Okay. All right. And then I'm gonna hit this, I forget what these things are called. This fixture, I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. All right, now I'm doing a quick rinse, and that looks so much better. That windowsill right there looks so much better. That's after hitting it, hit it with a little bit hot, because it was just purging the line there. So it's about 3%. And but hit it real light, and it just melted everything off of that siding. I don't recommend like doing that as a default, because you're just wasting chem. Vinyl siding, and vinyl comes clean with just 1.5, 2%, and that extra percent, you know, you're using a lot more SH. You're using 10% more SH if you go up another percent. So because the dilution level on SH is already only 12.5%. So when you're kicking up 1%, you're using effectively 12%, 10% more. So think about that when you're applying chemical and the cost of SH and all of that jazz. So it starts to add up. That's not gonna do. Much better. Much better. Okay, now we're gonna take care of these chairs for them a little bit. These are vinyl chairs, so we can just hit it with our SH solution. I'm just downstreaming this, because again, it doesn't need much. And just gonna do the front side of this house too. And let's do the deck while we're at it. And what about the fence here? Why not? It's all vinyl. So we're gonna take care of all of this for them. Let me show you what it looks like when it's all done. All right, so we got those chairs clean. We got these railings clean for the customer. I did their siding, and I've treated their roof. That moss is gonna die and come off with a little bit of time. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that follow button, that subscribe button, and comment below. Do you do 10% more for your customer every single time? I think it's a great practice and a great mindset to have when you're in the customer service business or in the service business. Either way, thank you for watching. Keep safe and keep washing. Catch you on the next one. Bye.